Welcome back everyone to our furniture flipping adventure. Today I am taking on this nightstand pair that I bought for $15. It's pretty beat up and it's not made of real wood, which means we have some bubbling and water damage on the tops of these that we're going to have to take care of. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty big project, so let's go ahead and get started by giving it all a good wipe down with our super clean. I'm going to mix it in with my water and then scrub all the nooks and crannies to get this piece completely squeaky clean. After I get this hardware taken off, I'm going to turn to all the other problems with this piece, like who stapled on the side of this nightstand? Like why are we stapling things to our nightstands? And what is this white thing? Is it some sort of child safety thing? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it messed up this very fake wood, but that's okay since we're gonna prime it and we'll cover it up later. But really, people, what did you do to these poor things? The tops were held on by these cam locking screws, which we saved to use on the new tops that we'll be building. We also saved the trim piece from the front because it would look very unfinished without it, so definitely saving that. The people at harfington.com reached out to me and asked if I would like to pick out some things from their website for them to send me that I could try out here on my channel. So here's the box of goodies that I got. I got some tape with some plastic attached that will be very handy for spraying, and lots of handles and knobs. They had such a large selection of different handles and knobs that it took me a good hour to sort through them all and pick out some of my favorites. There will be a link in the description for each of the items that I received, as well as a discount code for you as well. These I picked out for staging purposes so that when I put things on new pieces, they won't get scratched. And as you can see, more handles. Yeah, I love handles. I'm a handle hoarder. These are some reusable baggies, so I don't have to use so many Ziploc bags, especially for storing hardware and screws as I take apart pieces. Very handy to have. Some detailed paintbrushes. Also another handy tool to have in your toolbox when you're doing painting. And some good old sandpaper. I picked out 240 grit and some 180, I believe. Yep, there it is, 180. And used it on this piece, you'll see in just a minute. Some little knobs that match the first handles we saw. Those are leather ones and they're so super cute. I got myself a rubber hammer thing. Is it mallet? Rubber mallet? Whatever it's called. I have one now. And I really needed one. And this I'm excited to use on stains and things. It's a very fine soft brush and I'll be using that later in the video too. So there's some of my goodies. Oh wait, I forgot this fellow here for my air compressor, which didn't actually fit on my air compressor but you'll see that in a moment too. With all of these slats, as well as it not being a real wood piece, I didn't want to risk using my orbital sander and getting too vigorous with it and making a mess of things. So I chose to do my sanding by hand. Especially on a piece this small, it really doesn't take that long. As you can see, we're going with pink, and I'm going to let my paint strain through because I mixed up two older paints and so got a little bit of chunks in there, and it's going to take a while to strain. So after I sanded it all down, I was going to use that new blower of mine to blow off some of the sanding dust, but that's when I learned I was going to need a attachment of some sort to get it to hook to my hose. So make sure you read the descriptions and figure out if the tools you are ordering will match up with your equipment. But that was my fault. I didn't even bother to read the description, so that's totally on me. You probably heard me earlier in the video talking about how I was planning on priming this piece. So why am I spraying pink paint on it right now? Well, I don't know. I got ahead of myself. I got excited and I started spraying the paint, got through the whole first nightstand and then said, stink. I was supposed to prime these. So I stopped, let it all dry, sanded it lightly, and went back with primer to start with. Now, I'm not worried about bleed through with this piece. Obviously, it's not real wood, but with all of the previous damage and the difference in colors in some of the areas, it's just going to be better for me to prime it first. And I really wish I'd remembered to do that in the first place. But anyway, I didn't, and now it's primed, and now it can be pink again. Alright, so first coat of paint done, and I ended up only needing 2, and then I sent my husband to the hardware store to get me some wood. I didn't write it down for him, and he got the wrong stuff, but it turned out to work in the end because I'd measured wrong, so in this instance, 2 wrongs do make a right, I guess. After getting them cut, they were pretty rough, so I did a quick sanding on them. I'll do some more sanding later once they're all glued together, but I wanted to get a preliminary sanding done. Then glued them together piece by piece, and then once that was done, sanded some more, and it was ready for my stain. I've used this stain several times before. I pulled it out of the Oops bin at Home Depot. It's Bear's waterproofing stain and sealer, and I believe it's in the color chocolate, but it is an Oops paint, so you know, I'm not 100% sure exactly what it is. I just know that it's a nice warm brown, and I think it will go nicely with my pink, so that's what I'm going to be using. I did fully intend on filming all of the parts of getting the cam screws from the old tops, putting them on the new tops, and reattaching them, but the dog escaped and it upset the children an awful lot. We didn't get the dog back, but the kids were a mess for a while, so I didn't get it filmed. My husband finished it without me, and sorry, the tops are on and they look lovely, and now it's time to seal the piece. Here's a quick reminder of what they looked like before, and here they are, pretty and pink after. Perfectly fit for a princess's room or a nursery, but not our nursery since we found out this week we are having a boy in March, so no pink for us. Remember to check down in the description for links to all of the products that Harfington sent me so you can check them out as well. And while you're down there, give the video a like and leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. Until next time, I'm Sarah with our furniture flipping adventure. Goodbye for now.